అంటే హోస్ట్ మీకు ఇచ్చాను కదా.
ఓకే ఓకే.
Hello, good morning everyone. Please mute your voice. Some disturbance are creating here. So let us start our second class. Okay, here the subject ours is utilization of electrical energy. Yesterday we have discussed. Hello.
Hello.
Yes. Hello. Okay, we will continue the class. Yesterday we have seen some of the introduction regarding the utilization of electrical energy and what are the units we are going to study under this utilization of electrical energy. We have seen that, and once again just for few minutes I am going to discuss. So these are the units we are going to study under this UEE, that is first selection of motors, electrical heating, electrical welding, illumination, some various illumination methods, and electric traction 1 and part 2. So these are the 6 units, and yesterday I have said that I'm going to divide these 6 units into 3 parts. One is completely depends for the drives, and what are the types of motors, and electric heating and electric welding. That is the one part. And when coming to the second part, I have divided to illumination, and completely depends upon the illumination. So here in these 2 units, you are going to see what are the fundamentals you are going to use for your illuminations, what are the types of methods you are going to be apply for illuminations. So all these things we are going to see under the unit 3 and unit 4. And when coming to the third part and the important part, that is the traction part. So here you are going to, in this traction part, you are going to have 2 parts, subparts, that is traction 1 and traction 2. So in this traction 1, you are going to see what are the traction motors you are going to employ for the purpose, and what are the systems you are going to see, and what are the services you are going to experience. Depending upon the type of services, you are having the different type of traction motors for your systems. So here in this, we are having the 2 time curves. So that is trapezoidal and quadrilateral speed time curves. So these are the 2 very important topics in this first part of the traction. And when coming to the second part of the traction, we are going to calculate all the tractive effort, specific energy consumption, and what are the factors affecting the acceleration, braking, retardation, free lane services. So all these are going to be calculated. This is completely which is in a calculation part. So these two combination of these 2 parts gives your third part, that is electric traction. Now I'm going to step into the first unit, that is our selection of motors. So before entering into the drives, so what we have to choose, which type of motors we have to choose while selecting in a drive. So here the first unit is those. So first part is choice of motors. So for what purpose we have to choose? Because there are some of the factors we have to consider while selecting a motor, either it is in a domestic purpose or industrial purpose. So it has to be for depending upon their conditions, we have to select that. So yeah, while selecting the motor, we have to follow some of the following factors. There I have mentioned here itself in the slide. Just check. So first, while coming to the cost, it's we have to check it's the initial and running cost. So for maintaining this cost, we have to check whether it is in a permissible, it is in the permissible limit or not. And secondly, the characteristics. Here, when coming to the characteristics, there are two types of characteristics. We are having electrical characteristics and mechanical characteristics. When coming to the electrical characteristics, these are the some of the characteristics we have to check while employing while choosing your motor for the particular application. That are starting characteristics, running characteristics, speed control characteristics, and braking characteristics. So it is very necessary for the manufacturer to manufacture the motors for various designs according to the suitability. So it may be if we consider the case of using in a domestic purpose, then we have to consider the electrical characteristics of voltage, current, power factor, all these things. So the and while we choose for the industrial purpose, there will be any some sort of changes in the electrical characteristics that depends upon type of loading, type of supply we have used. So all these characters we have to choose. Next characteristics is mechanical characteristics. So here under the mechanical characteristics, the type of the choice of the motor should be some of the characteristics are type enclosures. There are so many types of it. Some bearings, arrangement, transmission of power. While running in the running character, while the machine is in the running, we have to choose how much of the noise it is going to be produced or how much of heat is going to be produced. All these characteristics are comes under your mechanical. And the fourth one is cooling. So while running, while machine is in the running, there will be any some sort of heat energy, and there will be dissipation of heat. So for cooling purpose, we are using some of the coolants for reducing that heat. And next one is size and ventilation of weighting of motors. So here we are going to check the size. So for industrial purpose, we are checking so much of huge size of the motors they are using for the industrial purpose. While coming to the domestic purpose, we are having a small size, just of having carrying a voltage of maintaining a voltage of 230 volts for the single phase and 415 volts for the three phase supplies. So, and depends upon the various load cycles. That's depending upon the time. We have to select the size of the motors and especially the capacity, overloading capacity. If the motor has been overloaded, then it is going to be disconnected from the supply, or the windings has been going to be burned out due to the heavy flow of voltage or current, and the heat is going to be produced. So by selecting all these types of, we are going to have the type of drives. So here the type of drives is going to be the drives is for one or more machines, and the second one the type of transmission through gear and belts. This especially this type of drive you are going to experience in the next topic, that is types of drives. So you can see how the drive is going to be constructed. uh, there are three types actually. There's the individual drive, group drive, and multi-motor drive. You will see how these types of drives are going to be constructed and how they are going to be work for the required purposes. And the last one is nature of supply. So all you know very well, there's the two types of supplies. This is DC supply and AC supply. So the machines which works on the DC is going to be in a DC supply machines, uh, and the machines which are working on the AC supply is an AC machines. So these are the some of the characters you have to choose while selecting in a motor. So these are the most of the choice of the motors. We are the the ca the selections are the cost, electrical characteristics, mechanical characteristics, and the size, type of drives, nature of supply. So these are the some of the characteristics, and there are some more characteristics while selection of electric drives. There should be an reliability and environment and location, space and weight restrictions, maintenance needs. So all these are going to be considered while selecting a motor for a particular applications for your drive. Okay. So next, so these are some of the motors which are going to be suitable for different applications. So DC motors, thus DC motors are classified as DC shunt, series, and compound. For our applications, which motor is going to be suitable? Then you are going to select that either DC shunt or DC series, or either shunt and series. The combination is gives the compound motor. And single phase and three phase induction motors, compensated induction motor, synchronous and synchronous induction motor, synchronous motor and synchronous induction motor, single phase and three phase series motor, stator fed commutator motor, scratch motor, and repulsion motor. These are the some of the types of motors which are used and suitable for the different applications of your electric drives. So these also comes when we check this, the names indicates the DC and single phase, three phase. So it comes under your nature of supply. Here we are going to check this nature of supply, AC supply and DC supply. So we can use both the nature of electric supplies for that. There are some of the advantages and some while using the AC motors, and some of the advantages while using the DC motors. So when we are going to prefer the AC system, that's the first question. So why we are going to, first of all, why we are going to use the AC system? Because we are prefer to use the AC system because it is very cheaper and it can be easily transmitted with low line losses, and it can be easily maintain the voltage at the customer side, and within the permissible limits. So within the limits we can maintain the voltage, and it is also the possible to increase or decrease the voltage without any loss of power, without any appreciable loss of power. So these are the some of the characteristics. Depends upon these characteristics we are preferring the AC system. Not only the AC system, while the DC motor is also going to be used in some processes, that is such as nothing but electrochemical, for battery chargings. So that is for the DC only we are using for the battery charging, electrochemical, these types of processes where the DC motor is. And mainly here in these types of motors, the single phase and three phase series motors, the series that by applying or by using the DC supply also we can have the DC series motor. In the first point, the DC shunt, series, and compound. Here the DC series motor is the very important motor which is suitable for traction work. While using the DC supply, for if you consider the traction, we are using the traction work by using in a DC supply. There we are going to consider the DC series motor. Because why? Because it is having high starting torque at the time of starting. It produces high torques at the time of starting. So that's for that purpose, for that characteristic, we are going to use the DC series motors, which is very suited for the traction work. Okay, we will see how the connections. Just I will show in a slide how these motors having the connections. Uh, like let's check it out.
Narasimha sir,
Sir,
please move this window away from అది మీరు పక్కకు జరిపితే బాగుంటుంది సార్.
అదే ట్రై చేస్తాను సార్. అంటే ఇది చేస్తుంటే స్క్రీన్ షేరింగ్ పాజ్ అయిపోతుంది సార్ అది.
సరే సార్.
See here, these are the some of the connections we are going to see in the type of motors. Earlier in the this side, what types of motors suitable for different applications we have discussed here. What are the types of motors? For these motors, how the connections are going are having. This is first one is DC series motor, slip ring induction motor, stator fed commutator motor, single phase series motor, DC shunt motor, compensated induction motor, scratch motor, repulsion motor, all these types of motor, these are the connections which we are going to be used if for the traction purpose and also for the industrial and domestic purpose too. Let's check this slide for a while, how the connections are going to be made while using these types of motors for our different purposes. So all these connections and these working characteristics, these electrical characteristics, that is running characteristics and starting characteristics, are we going to see in the next topic, the next class. So these the basic things, how the connections are going to be made while connecting to the traction work, not the traction motor. These motors are going to be used for the traction purpose. Okay. Now let me step into the actually what is drive. So first of all, we will talk about a drive. Drive is nothing but controlling a motor. We have a control action of a motor. So here the first point represents this. It can be used in the industrial and domestic applications. See, such as some like operations as transportation systems, rolling mills, paper machines, textile mills, machine tools, fans, pumps, robots, etc. All these are the some of the industrials and domestic purposes. So while using this drive, we have a control on the motor. Suppose if we take the stepper motor, it works like a stepwise. So we will that based upon the time, it is going to be every stepwise. It will perform stepwise. So like this, they are going to be used the different types of motors. See, all these motors are going to be used for any that depends upon your applications. They may be industrial or domestic research. So what are the systems employed for the motion control? I have said that there must be a control on the motor. So it's is going to be in a drive. The systems employed for motion control are called drives and may employ any of the prime mover. He is the best prime mover. He is nothing but in a motor. Motor is in a nothing but in a prime motor. So what is an electric drive? Now you have seen the what is in a drive. So the system employed for motion control, for controlling the motion of your motor or system, which is employed for motion control. That is nothing but your drive. That drive is going to be controlled by that motion is going to be controlled by employing a prime mover, nothing but a motor. Prime mover is nothing but a motor. So now what is an electric drive? Nothing but whatever the systems you are employed for motion control by using an electric motors are nothing but an electric drives. Is nothing but an electric drives. So simply we can say that what is an electric drive is, I'm not going to have the discussion of a definition. Just I'm saying what in a simple way, how we can define an electric drive. There's nothing but combination of a prime mover, a transmission equipment, and a mechanical load. These three combination, these three systems combine to form a system called an drive, and which can be connected to an electric motor is nothing but an electric drive. Anyone clear? See, again, I am repeating that in a simple way, we can define a drive is nothing but the combination of a prime mover, a transmission equipment, and a mechanical load. All these combination into in a single entity is nothing but a drive. And this drive is going to be driven by an electric motor, which was connected to a shaft of an electric motor, which can be controlled by the rotation of the shaft. That is nothing but an electric drive. So here the definition also see a form of machine equipment designed to convert electrical energy to mechanical energy and to provide electrical control of this process. This is the some of the definition I have found in some of so many textbooks and websites. But the actual, in the simple way, we can define as the combination of a prime mover, transmission equipment, and mechanical load is called a drive, and this drive is connected to an electric motor, is nothing but an electric drive. So this is the block diagram of electric drive. See how it is connected. A source is connected to a power modulator, and the power modulator is connected to the motor. This motor can be selected by using your choice. As earlier what I have shown you in the slide, and this motor is connected to the load. In the previous class, I have told the load can be classified into two types, that is the passive load and the active load. So all these things we will see in the next class. So here the between the load and the motor, a sensing unit is going to be connected, and the sensing unit is going to be controlled by the control unit, and it is going to be connected to the power modulator. For this control unit, it is an input command. So this is the block diagram and the closed loop control. This is a closed loop control. Please note down this block diagram.
Oh.
Okay, we will see what are the. So here the main. Hello. An electric drive has the, see, whatever the shown in the block diagram, these are the major parts of your electric drive. This is the load, motor, power modulator, control unit, and the source. So let us discuss each and everything in a single line. So the load, which can be compromises the design of the machine to accomplish the given task. So you have, we have to select the load. It can be which is compromises the machine. Whatever the task we are going to give, it should be accomplished. There's nothing but pumps, fans, washing machines, drills. All these are comes under for your loading. And motor. Motor, how we are going to have select the motor here? We are going to select the motor which are having the speed torque characteristics that depends upon the speed torque characteristics and compatible to the load which you have selected. So this is the motor, by the way, you are going to select. And the power modulator. Power modulator is going to have some more functions here. See, the power modulator, the source is connected to the power modulator. So here, what does the power modulator do? It is nothing but it modulates the flow of power from source to the motor. See, in the block diagram, it modulates whatever the source we are connected to the power modulator, it modulates the flow of power from source to the motor. Okay, and second, and another function of this power modulator is it restricts the source. It also restricts the source and motor currents within the permissible limits. These two are the main functions of the power modulator we are using here while connecting between the source and the motor. Okay, the first one is it modulates the flow of power from source to motor. and also it restricts the currents, source and motor currents within the permissible values, because there will be any starting, braking, and any speed reversible. All these things will be happen. So for that purpose, we are going to modulate the power. Okay. So next is the control unit. It will always controls the speed and torque by using the controls. The source is nothing but you are using the AC source. So these are the block diagram and some of the things. So I will stop here. We will continue in the next class because the time is running out. We are only having the 4 minutes left. So next we will discuss about what are the advantages and disadvantages of these drives just within the 5 minutes. Earlier I have said that types of drives in the here I have told you here the type of drive. So in this concept is going to be discussed in the next class. So you will see how the drives are going to be connected, that is an individual drive, group drive, and multi-motor drive, and how the drives are going to be function.
Narasimha sir, please be a bit louder, please.
Okay, sir. So we will see in the next class what are the types of drives, each and everything, and we will see the characteristics of the motors, electrical characteristics, that is nothing but running characteristics. Here we have mentioned and we have discussed the running characteristics, starting characteristics, and speed control characteristics one by one, how it is going to be happen, and also the types of drives for the electric traction purpose. Okay, is there any queries? Please mention me. Is anybody having any queries? Please mention.
సార్ మాకు పీపీటీ షేర్ చేస్తారా సార్ ఒకసారి గ్రూప్ లో?
చేస్తానమ్మా.
ఓకే సార్. అంటే ఇది టైప్స్ ఆఫ్ మోటార్స్ ఉన్నాయి కదా సార్, అది నోట్ చేసుకోవడానికి కష్టం అవుతుంది.
అదే నేను షేర్ చేస్తానమ్మా. నేను జస్ట్ ఏంటంటే మీకు ఈ బ్లాక్ డయాగ్రామ్ అది మీరు నోట్ చేసుకుంటే, సో ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేసేటప్పుడు ద ఫ్లో ఆఫ్ కనెక్టివిటీ ఎలా ఉంటుంది అనేది మీకు తెలుస్తుందని నోట్ చేసుకోమని. మీకు పీపీటీతో సహా మేము సాఫ్ట్ కాపీ కూడా అట్ ద ఎండ్ ఆఫ్ ద యూనిట్ నేను ప్రొవైడ్ చేస్తాను.
ఓకే సార్.
See, some are joining at the end of the class. This number 205, he joined now only. Attendance will be considered right from the beginning.
Up to 5 minutes, sir. Only there will be a grace period up to 5 minutes only. After 5 minutes, we are not going to take any attendance who are going to be joined after 5 minutes of the class. Okay, sir. Shall we will end this one. If you have any queries regarding this presentation, please feel free to contact me or text me in the WhatsApp or mail me. Okay, sir. Sir Ranjit, sir.
Okay, sir.
Okay, sir.
Once more, please see that all of you join the class on time. See, some are joining this roll number 298. He is joining now. So the attendance will not be provided. See, everything is monitored, and the student should note that they attend all the classes compulsorily. Attendance will be considered very strictly. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.